Dalai Lama, Cultivating Compassion in a Chaotic World. Imagine a world where every day feels like a battlefield, where chaos seems to be the constant companion. A world where conflicts erupt at the slightest provocation, and the need for peace feels like a distant dream. This is the backdrop against which His Holiness the Dalai Lama navigates his journey, advocating for compassion and understanding amidst the turbulence. But let me tell you this, the question isn't about whether we can change the chaotic world around us, but rather, how do we cultivate compassion in such times? You might be wondering, why should anyone care about cultivating compassion? After all, isn't it just a feel-good sentiment that doesn't affect anything substantial? Here's something you should know. Research has shown that practicing compassion can lead to a reduction in stress, lower blood pressure, and even better immune system function. It's a tangible way to improve our mental and physical health. But more than that, compassion is the foundation of true peace and harmony, the very antidote to the chaos that plagues our world today. Let's delve into the ways the Dalai Lama teaches us to cultivate this essential virtue in a chaotic world. The first step in this journey is acknowledging that everyone has a story, a background, and a set of circumstances that shape who they are. The Dalai Lama often emphasizes the importance of empathy, which means understanding and sharing the feelings of another. This is not merely intellectual knowledge, but an emotional connection to the struggles and joys of others. In a world where we often judge based on appearances and superficial traits, empathy breaks down these barriers and helps us see beyond the surface. For example, imagine a moment when you were standing in line at a busy coffee shop, and someone ahead of you accidentally knocked over their drink. Instead of getting annoyed, you could choose to empathize and offer a smile or a quick apology. Such small acts of kindness can make a big difference, fostering a ripple effect of goodwill and understanding. In the Dalai Lama's teachings, he often mentions the power of positive thinking. When faced with challenges, instead of dwelling on negativity, one should focus on finding the silver lining. This is not always easy, especially in chaotic environments where hope can seem like a rare commodity. However, by choosing to look for good in situations, we begin to transform them into opportunities for growth and learning. Consider a situation where your team faces a major setback during a project. Rather than feeling discouraged and frustrated, you could take this as an opportunity to reevaluate your processes and strategies. This shift in mindset can lead to innovative solutions and improved teamwork. It's a reminder that every challenge presents an avenue for personal and professional development. Another vital aspect of cultivating compassion is the practice of forgiveness. In a chaotic world, we are often caught up in grudges and resentments, holding onto past hurts that have long since faded. Forgiveness, however, is a powerful tool that allows us to release these burdens and move forward. The Dalai Lama has often spoken about how forgiving oneself and others can lead to inner peace and a sense of liberation. For instance, imagine if you had a colleague who made a mistake that affected the entire team. Instead of harboring resentment, you could choose to forgive them and focus on rebuilding trust. This act of forgiveness can heal wounds and strengthen relationships, creating a more harmonious environment. The Dalai Lama also stresses the importance of mindfulness, which involves being present and aware of the here and now. In a chaotic world, it can be tempting to get lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. Mindfulness helps us stay grounded in the present moment, allowing us to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom. Imagine sitting quietly in a moment of calm, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This practice can help you become more attuned to your own needs and those of others, fostering deeper connections and empathy. By incorporating mindfulness into daily life, we can cultivate a greater sense of inner peace and resilience, making us better equipped to handle the chaos that surrounds us. Lastly, let's talk about the role of compassion in promoting social justice and equality. The Dalai Lama believes that compassion is not just an individual virtue, but a collective responsibility. In a world where inequalities persist, it is crucial to work towards creating a society where everyone is valued and treated with dignity. He advocates for policies and practices that promote inclusivity and fairness, recognizing that true peace cannot exist without addressing the root causes of suffering. Consider the global refugee crisis, where millions of people are forced to flee their homes due to conflict and persecution. By supporting organizations that provide aid and resources to refugees, we can contribute to building a more compassionate and equitable world. Each small act of kindness towards a stranger can create a chain reaction of compassion, inspiring others to do the same. As we reflect on the Dalai Lama's teachings, it becomes clear that cultivating compassion is not just a noble ideal, but a practical strategy for navigating the complexities of our chaotic world. It empowers us to connect with others, overcome our biases, and find meaning in even the most challenging circumstances. The Dalai Lama reminds us that compassion is not a luxury, but a necessity in a world where division and hatred threaten to tear us apart. So let us commit to embodying compassion in our lives, not just as a fleeting sentiment, but as a guiding principle that shapes our interactions and actions. By doing so, we can contribute to a more harmonious and peaceful existence, one compassionate act at a time.